and welcome. You are listening to the Happier Life Podcast. I'm your host, Claire Deacon. After deciding survival wasn't enough, I set out on a path to live my best life. I wanted to thrive. Now I'm on a mission to support others. Think you're not good enough, confident enough, brave enough? I'm here to tell you you are, and you can achieve anything. This is your time, so let's do this. Hello and welcome back to the Happier Life Podcast and to our special Blooming Happier anniversary series. I'm Claire Deacon, your guide on this journey from survival to thriving. And today we're diving into a crucial topic: preserve your space, building boundaries that heal. If you're tuning in today, take that deep breath and give yourself this moment of appreciation. You're showing up for yourself, and that is something worth celebrating. Now, let's talk about boundaries. They're one of those things we know we should have. If we're honest, they can be really tough to put in place. Whether it's saying no to extra responsibilities, protecting our emotional energy, or carving out time for ourselves, setting boundaries can feel uncomfortable, even a little selfish. But here's the truth. Boundaries aren't barriers. They are bridges to a healthier, more balanced life. I used to struggle with boundaries. I'd say yes to everything: work, family, friends, until I was stretched so thin, I barely had anything left for myself. And the guilt, it was real. I thought that if I set limits, I'd let people down. I learned that the only person I was letting down by not having boundaries was me. Boundaries aren't about keeping people out. They're about keeping yourself safe. They help protect your time, your energy, and your emotional well-being. And when we preserve our space, we can show up as the best version of ourselves for the people and things that truly matter. I know setting boundaries isn't easy, and you don't have to have it all figured out on your own. That's why I've put together the resources I have in this Blooming Happier series, the workbook and the book itself. You'll find practical exercises to take those steps with confidence. So whether you prefer the digital download or a physical copy from Amazon, these workbooks are here to support you in creating the space you need to thrive. You can find all the links in the show notes or send me a DM and I'll get you connected. So where do we start? Building boundaries is all about knowing your limits, communicating them clearly, and standing firm with kindness and confidence. Let's break it down into 4 practical steps. So, step 1 is about understanding your boundaries. Before you can enforce boundaries, we need to understand what they mean for us personally and where that point is that you need to uphold. So what's really important of value. A great starting point from the workbook is understand your boundaries exercise. Imagine your personal boundaries as a protective bubble around you. Think about it. What would allow you to have enough space inside to be healthy, happy, and have positive well-being? And what would you want to keep out? Take a moment to reflect on the questions. What do I want to allow into my life? What helps me feel safe and supported? And then how will I feel when I have those boundaries in place? Having that understanding and clarity just makes it more a positive experience because you know why you are doing this. Journaling your responses can provide clarity and set the foundation for healthier boundaries. Once you've got a sense of those boundaries, the next step is figuring out how to build them into your daily life. And trust me, this can feel awkward at first, especially if you're used to putting everyone else first. But small steps can make a big difference. The workbook features the Build Your Boundaries exercise, which encourages using I statements to assert your needs kindly but firmly. Try practicing statements such as, I need some time for myself, so I won't be able to take on extra work right now. I value our friendship, but I need to prioritize my well-being. These scripts can help you express yourself in ways that feel empowering yet respectful. So now that you're clear on your boundaries, it's time to communicate them. And let's be honest, this can be one of the hardest parts. But here's the thing. People can't respect boundaries they don't know exist. So the Communicate Your Boundaries exercise in the workbook guides you through ways to articulate your needs. You'll find structured scripts and prompts such as, I appreciate your understanding, but I have other commitments that I need to focus on. I'd love to help, but I have to set limits to protect my energy. Practicing all of these phases will help you feel more comfortable expressing your boundaries in different areas of your life. Let's be real. Setting boundaries isn't always smooth sailing. We might worry about how others will react, feel guilty for putting ourselves first. And that's where overcoming barriers exercise comes in handy. This exercise helps you identify what is holding you back, whether it's fear of guilt, of conflict or guilt or uncertainty. So ask yourself, what fears come up when you attempt to set boundaries? How can you remind yourself about boundaries and how they are an act of self-care? What are the practical steps you can take to feel more confident? By addressing these issues head on and these barriers that are stopping you to upholding your boundaries, you can strengthen your commitment to your well-being. So here's your challenge for today. Choose one of the steps. Understanding your boundaries, building your boundaries, communicating your boundaries, or overcoming barriers, and give it a try. Take 5 minutes to reflect on where you need to create more space in your life. And if you want to go deeper, grab the workbook. You can purchase a physical copy on Amazon or download it straight into your inbox and print it for yourself. The details are all in the show notes. Preserving your space isn't about pushing others away. It's about honoring yourself. And that starts right here, right now. So all that leaves me to say is thank you for joining me today. If this episode resonated with you, I'd love you to subscribe, share it with a friend, and leave a review. And remember to check out the bonus workbook to help you take the next step. Tomorrow, we will be exploring our next principle, process and release, letting go of what no longer serves you. It's going to be a powerful one, so be sure to tune in. Until then, take care of yourself and keep showing up for the wonderful, authentic you. If you've enjoyed this episode, ensure you hit subscribe. Head on over to my website, happiercoach.com, sign up for the weekly newsletter, and let me support you in living a happier life. I'm your host, Claire Deacon. Thank you for listening. Have a fabulous day.